Don in London, hello. It's February 26, 2010. My video is all about recovery from addiction to either substance or behaviour. My addictive substance was alcohol. My behaviour, just as addictive, I guess. Work, relationships, you name it, collecting anything material, trying to fill a gap inside me. And what was that gap? I didn't know. It was emptiness. A feeling of emptiness which I just didn't know how to deal with. And what I didn't realise was everybody has an empty feeling inside, to an extent. And it's room for growth, room for growing into the person we can become. So these days, I don't worry if I have a sort of empty feeling. It means I've got room for growth. So I'm not overwhelmed by life and overwhelmed by things to do. So what a turnaround from feeling less than other people, feeling that I had to prove myself every single day in some way or other so that you would like me or love me, so that I would then understand how I could love you back or like you back. And what a misunderstanding about life. Where did it come from? And I don't know. A basic fear somewhere along the line. And when we're young, we don't know what fear is, except we feel frightened, but we don't know what the adjective frightened means and why. We're just not sure. So we live with it, and we keep on living with it. And that first drink did do the damage for me. It took the edge off, made me able to feel something, released, I guess, from that worry and that fear and that anxiety. And from then on, it was always a way to fix me. Drink fixed something in me, my inability to cope with life, probably, or to relate to other people just on a gentle basis, and then let those emotions out. And they always came out raw, at extremes of happiness or sadness, I guess. And somewhere in the middle, well, I just didn't know what the middle was, the balance of life. So these days, on a path of sobriety, one day at a time, I get help, and family, friends, community help me, and a fellowship helps me keep sober, and that fellowship is Alcoholics Anonymous. So AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, has helped me understand how to live life in balance, a day at a time. And when it goes out of balance, that is when the fellowship helps me most to find balance again. And it all works in the moment of now. It works now, not tomorrow, not yesterday. It only works now, and this is where we are in reality. So this program, Fellowship, 12 Steps of Action to Change My Attitude and Behaviour on a Daily Basis, has helped me immeasurably, beyond my wildest dreams. In fact, I had no dreams left at the end. So what is AA? Well, I share the AA preamble here, or the statement of intent, which is read out at the beginning of every meeting I go to. So I share it here to get me into the moment of now and slow me down to consider what is today. So here is the AA statement of intent. Alcoholics Anonymous is a fellowship of men and women who share their experience, strength and hope with each other, that they may solve their common problem and help others to recover from alcoholism. The only requirement for membership is a desire to stop drinking. There are no dues or fees for AA membership. We are self-supporting through our own contributions. AA is not allied with any sect, denomination, politics, organisation or institution. Does not wish to engage in any controversy, neither endorses nor opposes any causes. Our primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. So, a desire to stop drinking, the only reason to go to AA, it's got no other, that's its primary purpose, has no affiliation to anything else, and wants to share a message of experience, strength and hope that other people can live sober one day, just one day today. And then hopefully life starts to work again. It doesn't ensure success, no material success or romantic success as such, or financial success. It assures us that we can face the world as it is, and we can be in the world as we are. Nothing more, nothing less. No bigger, no smaller than anybody else. So that we have a right to be here and see what we can do. So it's not about control, it's about choices. It's not about being in power over anything particularly, and certainly being powerless over alcohol once we've taken a drink, because life will get unmanageable very quickly, because we're back into self-will, which will turn into self-obsession. So if we can keep away from self-obsession on a daily basis, maybe we've got a bit of a chance So we deflate our ego and improve our confidence on a daily basis to meet what is. So today, Friday, raining again, I went to a really good meeting last night, and that meeting was called the After Eight, or is called the After Eights. So people who do the principal share are normally over 8 years, no, they're always over 8 years sober. But from a person on their first visit to AA to another person who's 47 years sober, sitting quite close to that newcomer, that's how it works. The newcomer brings in new information about how awful it can be, and the 47 years sober person can share their experience, strength and hope of how calamitous life can be even in sobriety. Life is as it is, and we just keep on learning. So here I share a reading from the Daily Reflections, this book, which is about the 12 steps of the action program for individuals, 12 steps of action which we can take every day, whatever is appropriate to our life circumstances. And the book itself covers each step, one step each month. So step 2 for February is all about being restored to sanity by a power greater than ourselves. And for me that was very simple to start with. It was the combined wisdom of the fellowship of AA. Every meeting has years of wisdom in it about how to be sober, so we may live our lives with our choices. And it's our personal, unique, authentic path of life that we're trying to improve, or live, just live it. So the reading for today, it says no ordinary success story. AA is no success story in the ordinary sense of the word. It is a story of suffering transmuted under grace into spiritual progress. And for me, spiritual progress is the ability to cope with now. It's not something fancy, it's not refined, it just becomes a deeper understanding of reality. Upon entering AA, I listened to others talk about the reality of their drinking, loneliness, terror and pain. As I listened further, I soon heard a description of the very different kind, the reality of sober. It is a reality of freedom and happiness, of purpose and direction, and of serenity and peace with God, or your understanding of God. For me it's truth and love, and at peace with ourselves and others. By attending meetings, I may reintroduce that reality over and over. I see it in the eyes and hear it in the voices of those around me. By working the program, I find the direction and strength with which to make it mine. The joy of AA is that this new reality is available to me, and every single day is a new reality, and that gift keeps on coming. And as part of what I do, I do some research about adapting quotes or sharing quotes and how it maybe impacts on me with my recovery. And a couple here. Acceptance and endeavour are daily spiritual and emotional workout. Thomas Jefferson said, "It is neither wealth nor splendour, but tranquillity and occupation which give you happiness." And I added, elemental in our living, to be loved, to love and useful. So to love, be loved and useful is key on a daily basis. It's the very fabric of why we're here, to experience the joy and happiness of living. But we can't do that without the other side of it, which is sometimes the sadness and the horror and the terror of what goes on. But with a sober head we have a better understanding of what is going on, rather than reacting and fearful, although we will be fearful from time to time. It's just part of life. We get a better opportunity to have our courage and faith intact, so that we can have enough esteem, confidence to face what is in front of us. So it is about restoring balance on a daily basis. And the Serenity Prayer, which I share at the end of these videos, is to the God or higher power or good conscience of your understanding, not mine. And it helps me on any particular occasion when things are going out of balance more than anything. And it said, and it leaves me the serenity to change to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference, even when I'm forgetful, is always just for today.